Hello, everyone, my dear viewers, and thank you for coming to my channel. And before you start the video, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. I will be very pleased, so let's go. The protagonist, Nick, was part of a well-known group of adventurers, a swarm of martial arts. He met a girl and was going to raise the status of the group to the rank of A. But suddenly his mentor Argus kicked a guy from the group. And all this he tells the girl, who immediately dumps the Nick. Well, and then the hero became a fanatic of some idol agate. This happened after the hero sat depressed in the rain and was noticed by this Agatha. She boasted that she was a superstar and gave the guy a ticket for tomorrow's performance, asking him to come and then giving him an umbrella. After the performance, the Nick begins to fan on it, buys merchandise, and goes home. True, there is no money now and they need to earn. So the guy has to look for a new band. Nick tries to attract the person, but the words of his mentor, when refused, make him doubt. He goes to the pub, having dinner, and is disappointed to hear the joy of a group of people who have just united. The building includes a few people who sit at the table. He notes that one of the girls is a poppy seed and is dressed very expensive. The man priest was drunk before he came here, and the Nick draws attention to the fact that he probably drank with girls because of the smell of perfume. He also notes that he was probably defrocked because he did not have a priest's locket. The last one, the girl, Dragons, looks like an experienced fighter, but behaves strangely. These four sit sullenly alone, while shouting the phrase, "No one can trust." We are shown that the girl McTeen is from a wealthy family and is very much praised in the magical academy. She sees magic as something special, incredibly important. A girl comes to a restaurant looking for an Alex who flirts with another girl. Tiana boasts of his success, but he reacts coldly. The wizard replaces the girl next to her and denigrates her mouth, for which the boy scolds the Tiana, reminding her how she harassed her during her studies. She says that Tiana even seduced her teachers, and Alex says she will put an end to it. He resents the fact that she is constantly seeking something, and he, her fiancé, cannot be on par with her, so he leaves the girl. After training, Tiana looks for a job, but no one wants to take it for various reasons. Then she stumbles upon an ad for a kind of racing. After trying once, the girl wins, guessing the winner, and involved her, making her lose all the money. Tiana tried to find herself a group of adventurers, but her gloomy face kept her from finding anyone. Thus, the girl shared her story with three strangers with the table, as apparently Nick. It was the turn of the priest to tell. In the city where he was born, there is a temple in which Zem was a healer. The girl Marl helped him by collecting herbs, for which he handed her a gold coin. At night, the girl came to him, asking her to make her a woman. Because of her vow to Zem, she cannot love anyone, which makes the girl hysterically run away. She blames the man, and in the morning a group of people come to him. They accuse him of the same thing and that he gave her money for silence. Zem was accused and imprisoned. After 3 months, he was excommunicated and expelled. One day, he was in a hotel with a woman who had a bad back, and he offered to cure her by eventually sleeping with her. She advised him to go to the labyrinth city and become an adventurer, and then donated the equipment left by one of the visitors. Then Zen went all out. It's the dragon girl's turn. She's having a hard time saying the most important person stole something from her. But when he gets drunk, he starts talking much freer. Too free. In the morning, Nick wakes up on the floor from a nightmare, finding yesterday's interlocutors in the same room with him, and cannot remember them. They end up in a Tiana's room, and then they're about to leave, but the Nick invites them to come together. A new group comes into the guild to the registrar. Their pressure scares the young girl, and an elderly lady takes her place. She recognizes the Nick by analyzing their group and saying it has a perfect balance. The woman tells the story of a Korean draconian girl who walks with them, who was previously able to survive alone in a maze of ranks and return. The guys call their group survivors, as they will definitely survive and come home. Since everyone in the group is disappointed in people, Nick announces 3 laws or 3 rules. Stay out of each other, watch the savings, always survive. They'll all be responsible for the money, double-checking each other. Zem notices that the Nick uses a special magic trick, intending to steal everything. But it comes down to the fact that trust is important, but it is also worth checking with others. The group goes to the labyrinth of sticky aqueducts of rank G, as they first need to clean 2 labyrinths of this level, and only then they will be promoted to F. The guys come across the first slug monster who eats grass peacefully. Nick pulls a shot out of him with his bare hand that he can sell. The guy becomes something like a teacher to the group and explains that if you don't kill monsters, the mazes will grow and normal animals will become monsters. Tiana says that all of them necessarily attack people, so they need to kill them, and during her monologue, slime flies to her face, and then she slips on the slugs and falls to the floor. Tiana is angry at the slugs, casting a powerful spell, and gets into the cairn. The good she has time to defend herself with a sword. The Mac group apologizes, but the scuffle reveals that it was a mistake to believe her, and threatens that the next time too, accidentally cut into the wrong place with a sword. And now the girls suspect each other. The group reaches the top, finding a giant slug boss. Tiana rushes ahead, believing she can handle herself. She casts an ice spear, after which the monster explodes, splattering all the slime. When guys clean up, Nick marks their mistakes during the maze. The guy reveals his weapon and shares all his skills and abilities as well as his weaknesses. He wants everyone to get to know each other, thereby starting to trust a little more. Nick doesn't make them talk now, lets them do it later, but asks them to decide what they want to achieve in this group. Deciding to support him, Zem begins to talk about his weaknesses as well as his strengths. Then Tina decides to make a move. She apologizes to Karen, also talking about herself. After cleansing the mucus, the poppy shows that it is cold, and the dragon uses fire magic to light a fire, thereby showing that it forgives the comrade. The group goes to the goblin forest, clearing the area. Tiana uses the detection magic to find the next enemies nearby. The guys notice that Nick lied in his abilities because he is too strong or he has a problem with self-esteem. While they are jokingly talking, Tiana spots an enemy with a huge amount of mana, 5 times the normal size. Nick assumes it's an ogre, a very dangerous enemy. Except if they don't wipe out this pack, goblins can start attacking people who live nearby, and they won't get their reward. Since ogres have an invulnerability to magic, they will have to deal with Karen and Nick, whose attack must play a key role. The guys follow the plan of the Nick, starting the battle. The Korean trusts the Tiana, starts running forward. She covers the sword with fire and strikes a powerful blow, cutting the ogre in half. The group gathers the horns of slain goblins, and the Nick accidentally falls, smashing a Koran token. They show us a Koran that wakes up in the middle of the dungeon and takes out that chip that broke her nickname. The girl tells her that mountain dragons have a duty to help a man who will become a hero and save the world. She walks up to the jewelry store and looks at that pendant, after which the dealer says the girl scratched it. The man offers to buy it for half price, apparently inflated. But a guy comes callous and asks to try Karen to scratch it. The girl runs a fingernail through the object, but the footprint is not like that. Callius gets the dealer a real not-scratched pendant, revealing his deception. Thus, the guy gets both the goods and his money. Karen followed the wheel everywhere, thinking he was a hero. Together with 2 other people, they went to the dungeon, easily dealing with the monsters here. The group reaches the potted snake, and the boys send the girl forward. Karen provokes the monster and her companions begin to help. The girl dodges the monster's attacks, but falls under a poisonous fog. After that, the callus kills the snake, taking advantage of its weakness. He picks up the loot and leaves Karen, believing she will die. With difficulty, the girl returns to the city, wanting to return the artifact that she was given in her native village. Karen collapses without strength in front of the hotel, and she is told that the Kales have already left, having taken all things. Dragonite began to look for a former comrade, wishing to return to her dear thing, and meets a man with a sword. Passers-by call him a solitary fife. Karen started coming to this diner every day, hearing all sorts of rumors about the Faifa. The guild allowed the man to go through the mazes himself, and he named his group of single eaters. Karen constantly ordered the same thing as the fix, following him around. Of course, He noticed this, even starting to unravel the dish. One day they spoke, and the Koran thanked Fithas, never seeing him again. But the delicious food filled the void in her heart. True, it takes a lot of money for this, and they ran out. That's when the Draconite met our heroes. And now Nick was choosing the same pendant as the one that broke and met Agatha. The couple talked about this situation, and Idol gave him good advice. Nick found Karen, and the girl says she doesn't care about the necklace. In the evening, their group is greeted in the tavern, praising for winning the rank of F. All people began to treat them warmer, which is very happy Karen, who gets rid of his cracked pendant. Our team is disturbed by the guild recorder and withdraws to his older boss, who asks the heroes to go to the maze and find the sacred sword of the bond. My story is over, and if you liked my video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video.